We've been talking plenty about purposeful focus or purposeful mindfulness. I even digressed last week to talk about big purpose or grand purpose, what you and I might want out of our lives. Possibly the biggest thing that we should all want out of our lives is to live it to the full in the here and now. What the University of Chicago describes as flow. Actually being in flow. What an athlete might describe as being in the zone. What does being in the zone mean for you and I? Because certainly I am not, nor am I ever likely to be, an Olympic winning athlete. What does that mean? What does flow mean for you and I? And that's what I want to explore over the next couple of sessions. Flow, being in the zone, kind of means what it sounds like. That I'm actually just here, everything's flowing for me. I know the University of Chicago has defined specific attributes for flow, and it is more related to a state of mind, a psychological state of mind, than anything else. But I want to augment that academic description of flow by actually adding to it the fact that really you're not in flow until you can actually see concrete results. So we want to talk about that as well. But let me come back to the issue of being in the zone. For an ordinary person like you or I, someone who is not rushing down a 100-meter stretch in an Olympic stadium, flow or being in the zone is that seam of effortlessness that you hit on the day before you go on holidays. You know, when you've a lot of things left to do that you've been long fingering, and come the last minute, there's a flight the following morning, come the last minute, there are things that actually need to be done, and you just do them. You do them very often in a fashion that takes very little effort or very little energy, or certainly a lot less than you would have anticipated when you long fingered them in the first place. And you literally plough through stuff at such high effortless speed that you get this high out of it. That's what I'm talking about, being in the zone, being in flow. Now, I'm not suggesting for one moment that you long finger anything. I am simply picking on that example that all of us can identify with in relation to when things just run seamlessly for us and we seem to carve through everything effortlessly. That is what flow, that is what being in the zone is all about. And I suppose the key point that brings me to this point to talk about being in that day before the holidays space from a mental point of view and from the perspective of actually getting results out of it is that mindfulness or focus, or as we've been describing it over the last couple of videos, purposeful mindfulness, actually holds out the promise, or in fact the guarantee, that every day can be like the day before you go on holidays.